Hey fam, Shan speaking.
Shan.
Recently, TikTok got flooded by quite disturbing footage portraying the results of facelifts. These procedures were allegedly performed by a surgeon called Dr. Kim. However, that is just as much information as you can get from his social media account, but later on that. On the footage, you can see the doctor turning patients with signs of natural maturity into 17-year-old Frankenstein's monsters. Or maybe not? So today, we will dive into the dark world of plastic surgery on TikTok and try to understand what's happening there, who Dr. Kim really is, and what's wrong with the clinic that he works for.
Shan.
If we look at Dr. Kim's facelift results, not gonna lie, they do look creepy, and they give you the uncanny valley vibes, apart from the fact that those are real people and not robots. Quite a few of them struggle to close their eyes or blink. And all we can do is hope that this ability will come back after the healing process. However, fortunately, this footage is actually manipulated in various ways. Okay, to begin with, Dr. Kim, and when I say Dr. Kim, I refer to his TikTok account and not the person on the profile picture. So, Dr. Kim shows his patients after 7 to 9 days in general. Why is that important? Well, because in general, most of the swelling after a facelift takes 3 to 4 weeks to go away. So all the faces after such a procedure are extremely swollen during the first couple of weeks, and after 3+ months, it is supposed to be a lot more human-like. So Dr. Kim shows faces which are not fully healed. Why? We'll talk about that later. Now, Dr. Kim likes to emphasize under each of his posts that he is a facelift specialist. Although it's clear that the eye size doesn't double and the jawline doesn't shrink if you just cut some skin. So there's supposed to be some chopping and sewing happening to these facial parts. Coming back to the results timing, 7 days. In general, the swelling after a regular jawline reduction surgery just starts to go down after a week, and it takes 6 weeks for most of it to go away. Look at this girl's jaw filmed a week after this procedure, and this is how she looked before. Her jawline looks even bulkier during the healing process after a week than the original one. And now, look at the results of Dr. Kim after a week or 9 days. Do you see? That's not possible. Unless you resort to some technology that all of us use to hide our problematic skin and big noses on social media.
Shan.
So while watching a couple of those videos, I noticed something fishy going on. On one of those, the before footage seemed to have a little turbulence happening around the jawline area. Another one had a newly born 17-year-old girl shimmying her shoulders like a belly dancer. Also, if you compare the skin texture, you can see that it looks a lot clearer on the before lady. Although, it could have been deliberately made to look worse thanks to wrong lighting and camera proximity. So I think they added the before footage to make it look worse than it initially was, and then they manipulate the final footage as well. Of course, I cannot claim that on all of those creepy transformations they use filters. However, if we come back to the jawline reduction healing timings, and if we decide for some weird reason to believe Dr. Kim, he shows his results after 7 to 9 days, which is not long enough for the swelling to go down after such a procedure. However, if you use the popular social media technology, you can chop some jaws without any harmful visible consequences within a matter of seconds. Similarly, on the eye procedures. Of course, it can be argued that double eyelid surgery and blepharoplasty make your eyes appear bigger due to opening it up and getting rid of the epicanthic fold. However, some of those patients already had a double eyelid, and additional blepharoplasty could not have made their eyes double the original size. So to me, that's a clear sign of filters.
Shan.
So why doesn't Dr. Kim show the results of patients when they fully heal? Now we are moving towards a gray speculation area, because obviously we cannot get inside of the head of a man who thinks that this footage will attract new customers. But what I suppose is happening is that he creates viral trash content where he publishes his swollen, not fully healed patients with some intentionally spooky stitching around their faces, but at the same time, he filters them to exaggerate the difference between before and after. At least, we can hope that these people decided to get a facelift from Dr. Kim after seeing the real results, and not what he puts out there on TikTok. And hopefully they will look normal in a couple of months' time. So I guess this is some weird getting popular on TikTok strategy, because when you put something like this out there, people will comment and react. And the more engagement there is on your videos, the better it is for the platform. TikTok thinks that you found something interesting, something that will help to keep you longer on the platform. And it doesn't matter whether you like it or dislike it. Any engagement is good, and it enhances your reach to potential fans of your content. Although, I would expect that when it comes down to stuff like plastic surgery, trash content is not the best strategy to get publicity. However, guess what? It does work. Quite a few people left comments that they want to go to Dr. Kim to get their faces done. The thing is, although they are not gonna get the same results in real life, hopefully, they will not be treated by Dr. Kim either. Because Dr. Kim, most probably, is a fictional character.
Shan.
There was a thorough investigation conducted by a popular YouTuber called Tov, and most probably if you watch this video you have already watched his, so I'm not going to repeat what he said, and I will leave a link to his video below in the description. However, with the help of materials he found, I discovered something else. So Tov tried to reach out to Dr. Kim to talk about the facelift procedure for his fictional wife. To begin with, you know it's a bad sign for any surgery clinic when they allow third parties to negotiate your surgery. And secondly, they told him that Dr. Kim is not gonna be the one doing it, but Dr. Li Feng, who is allegedly so much better at it. Interesting. Why don't you put his results on TikTok then? And here is why. So Tov speculates that Dr. Li Feng is actually behind all of those procedures, and I partially share his point of view. Let's look at the magic photo transformations on Dr. Kim's account. So before, he was a good-looking 30-year-old man with a slim face, the photo of which existed only on this TikTok account. But then, boom, sorcery! And a couple of weeks later, Dr. Kim is a man with a bigger, rounder face. And you may argue, maybe he decided to go through plastic surgery himself to fit Asian beauty standards less, or he just gained some weight. However, the same photo existed in its edited 50-year-old wrinkled version on the WhatsApp profile related to the clinic where Dr. Kim allegedly works. A link to this WhatsApp profile could have been previously found in his TikTok's bio. Now, it is weirdly removed from there. And if you zoom the photo of the younger version of Dr. Kim and you look at Dr. Li Feng's face that the clinic sent to Tov, you can clearly see some resemblance.
Shan.
Now, you can ask me, so Dr. Kim and Dr. Li Feng are the same person? Here's what I think about it. Dr. Li Feng is just one of the doctors at the clinic who performed the surgery. Very often, people who want to do a facelift or blepharoplasty or a nose job, they come for the surgeon and not for the clinic. And that is what the board of directors want to avoid. The TikTok account was created by the clinic. The trash content out there is to get wider reach and new potential clients that they can later divert to different surgeons in the clinic. And that is exactly what happened to Tov and his non-existent wife. However, there is something fishy happening with the clinic itself, apart from their weird choice of marketing tools.
Shan.
So when the link to the WhatsApp chat still existed, in the profile there, you could find another link, a link to their clinic's official website. And guess what? That link doesn't work. And in fact, based on the website archives, it never did. Moreover, a couple of journalists at a magazine called Surgical Times asked for prices of such a procedure, and they received an answer: $50,000 in cash. The thing is, in developing countries, or newly developed like China, the clinic is based in Shanghai by the way, it's a common practice to ask for cash for high-cost services to cheat the tax system. However, when you start operating worldwide and your clients come from different countries, you need to make things official, at least partially. Otherwise, you risk scaring a lot of potential clients who can't transport $50,000 in cash through customs. So, there are two possible explanations. It's either they're an extremely popular clinic in China that manages to attract customers without a working website, plus they obviously have more hours in the day, otherwise, how come managers say you can come for surgery anytime if they're so on demand? Or the second option, they're a completely illegal establishment that employs inexperienced young doctors and have some dark shit happening behind closed doors, which we can only discover if we are brave and stupid enough to check it ourselves.
Shh, Shan.
Alright, I'm a true believer that plastic surgery can change your life for better or for worse. Looks matter in the world we live in, and plastic surgery can help you with them. However, you clearly need to do a thorough research on the clinic and the doctor before you book any procedure with him or her. And if you can't find any information, especially some basic stuff like full name of the surgeon or the name of the clinic, close the tab and forget about it forever. Don't just blindly look at social media, because TikTok doesn't do any education or experience verification of those virtual doctors. Neither does it perform any footage editing checks. I am shocked at how easily people are ready to risk their physical appearance and health by booking an appointment for surgery after seeing a couple of TikToks. Anyway, be rational, be healthy, value yourself, and know that I love you. That's why I'm telling you all of this. Anyway, see you soon. Bye!